Hey everybody, welcome back to Janine's gluten-free kitchen, and today we will be doing zoodles with pesto, which is another way of saying zucchini noodles with pesto. We will also be using avocado and grape tomatoes for some tangy yumminess. Stay tuned. So, zucchini noodles with pesto. Now, zucchini noodles are basically zucchinis cut in a way that makes them look like spaghetti or noodles. And to do that, you need to have a special little spiralizer. And spiralizers come in all different shapes and sizes. So you can go out and shop for whichever spiralizer you feel to. I have this little gadget, it's a little doohickey that the vegetable sits on the end where there is some spikes, and then that goes into the end that has the blades and you twist it and it spirals out, and you will see that in action in a moment. But that's basically how they all work, but they're all different shapes and sizes, and you just try what feels right for you. Once we've got our zucchini noodles made, we're going to mix it with a beautiful pesto sauce that we've made earlier, some fresh diced avocado, some beautiful little grape tomatoes that are sweet and in season, and a sprinkle of roasted pine nuts that we've roasted earlier. So let's get on to making the zucchini noodles. So I have three medium-sized, they're probably larger zucchini actually, but ideally to work with the spiralizer, they work best with a smaller or medium-sized zucchini. Just keep that in mind when you're shopping. And what you need to do is to cut them into lengths that fit into the tube and in between. So I know that it can't be any longer than that little section where it's going to sit into. So let's chop those up. And I can see they're about that long. And if they're a little bit longer, well, you're just going to lose the end. Now you can make noodles, veggie noodles, out of a few different vegetables. I know some people do them with carrots. What else have people done them with? Carrots, squash, I think. I don't know. I tend to just do the zucchini. So you've got your little pieces now, and you're going to put it on the end where the spike is. Try not to move it around. You want it to sort of lock in like that. And then you're going to start screwing the one side into the other side, and you can already see the zucchini spiralizing in the end. Pretty cool, huh? There you go. Now these attachments usually, these spiralizers usually have two attachments. This one has another attachment that gives you like a fettuccine effect, a flat ribbon noodle. And you're just going to keep moving that until you get to the end, until it can't go anymore. Just break that off and start the process again. Now what you'll find, what you'll be left with is a ridiculously long noodle, and that's just, you can't eat that. That's just ridiculously long. So what I recommend you do is get yourself a pair of scissors and give that a little bit of a snip so that it's not unwieldy in your mouth when you're trying to eat it. And what a great way to get fresh vegetables without all the carbs. So when you undo it, what you'll find is you'll have a little stub at the end, which I would recommend. What you could do is keep them and then grate them and put them into an omelette later. Little tip so you don't throw things away. and repeat. What you can also do, so you don't have to cut it afterwards, is every so often just break it with your hands. When you think it's the right length, just break it. So as you can see, the hardest part of making zucchini noodles is the spiralizing. And it's not that it's hard, it's not hard at all, it's just that it's a little bit time consuming and repetitive and really good for your forearms. Okay, so this is the last piece and I've just got the shorter end. What you'll find is that you've just got to screw it in a little bit further until it catches. So you can do shorter pieces. It just takes a little while to get, there we go, it's just coming through now. So that's probably taken us about 4 or 5 minutes, I'd say, to do the whole lot. But that's, like I said, it is very simple, but yeah, a bit repetitive, but that's okay. And the beauty of these noodles is that, you know, with a gluten-free diet, you want to get sometimes some of the sensation of having pasta or something like that, but you don't want carbs and you may not want grains. These are a fantastic way of getting, not only are you going to get all your vitamins and minerals because it's a vegetable, but you're skipping all the grains and the gluten and everything. And these are also sensational with a bolognese sauce, so you can have a spaghetti bolognese but with zoodles, and any other pasta sauce that you can think of that you really like and you miss because you don't want to do the grains or the, so it's really, really versatile. Okay, so this sauce is really, what you're doing is just warming everything through. There's not a lot of cooking involved per se. So what we're going to do is just add a little bit of oil just to stop everything sticking. Because you know the pesto has got oil already. And we're going to throw in the avocado to warm it through, and we're trying to soften the avocado, warm it, and so that it sort of incorporates with the pesto when we add the pesto. Now you can make your own pesto, obviously, with this recipe. You can also make you can buy a gluten-free, dairy-free pesto. You can also try mixing it up with different kinds of pestos. I mean, in the past I've made a coriander pesto, which is also really flavoursome, and I've also made a rocket pesto. So just warming that through shouldn't take too long. And I'm going to add the pesto now. Quite a hot pan, it's jumping a little bit, I'm going to turn it down. And now we could stop the recipe at this point and just have an avocado pesto. But what you'll find with this recipe, and why we've chosen to put tomatoes in it as well, is that it is a very creamy, oily dish, just like that, which has its own particular flavour. But once we put the tomatoes in, what the acids from the tomatoes are going to lend a little bit of acidity and sourness, which will brighten the recipe and make it a bit fresher to eat. So we're going to throw those. So as you can see, that sauce is heated through. We don't need to cook anything. Now we're going to pop in the tomatoes, Give them a really quick toss because it's just literally warming them through. And look how beautiful they look with the colours. The red and the green look gorgeous. And that's kind of it. Let's take this over to the zucchini noodles and stir them through. Oh, it smells amazing, that basil and garlic, so good. Now we've got our zucchini noodles that we're just going to stir through. You will find some recipes ask you to blanch or boil the zucchini noodles. What I have found myself and why I chose to do them raw is that zucchini noodles have a very high water content, and because of that, they go soggy and mushy really quickly. So what I found is that if I do them raw, they still get the warmth of the sauce as you stir through, but they don't lose their integrity, and you almost get that kind of al dente feel as you're eating it, almost like, you know, al dente pasta, which I think is just fantastic. And you don't really notice that they're raw as you're eating them because the sauce has kind of warmed it up. Better. I know what I'm having for lunch. And we have some pine nuts that we toasted earlier that we're just going to sprinkle through. Some black pepper. And just give that a really good stir. Beautiful. Let's serve that up. Oh, that looks delicious. Some of those tomatoes. Some extra avocado. You can give that a drizzle of olive oil as well. I'm going to leave it as it is. And there you have zoodles with pesto, or zucchini noodles with avocado, pesto and cherry tomatoes. Yum. And there you have it, zucchini pesto noodles. Yum. Divine. I think I'm going to have to try that. Great summer dish, great winter dish. I love the raw zucchini noodles are just perfect. They taste so much like pasta noodles. It's awesome. If you've enjoyed this recipe, please feel free to like it. We'd love to hear your comments about this video. And subscribe to help support this channel. If you want to see more videos, don't forget to hit the bell button so you can get these videos straight into your emails as they come out fresh from the kitchen. Have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye. Fresh cherry tomatoes and fresh avocado and grape and fresh, what I want to say is avocado and what is with my thing with the tomato? Grape and cherry tomato.